back here, Real Comic Book Talk. Today we're going to be discussing that Godzilla 2 movie that came out on Netflix, Edge, Sitting on the Edge Battle.
Sitting on the Edge of Battle.
Long title, but that's just one mark against it. Alright. Alright, Dan, what's your overall thoughts of the first movie, man?
This being a continuation from Planet of the Monsters, this was way better than that one. It was straightforward, didn't need all that complication, and we didn't need to get introduced to anybody except for the new people, the Hatu people, I believe it was pronounced, or whatever, the descendants of the people of the planet of Earth. I liked it more. It kept my attention because they came up with a plan, and it was the next thing to do was see if they could follow through with the plan. And as always, something goes wrong as the plan's happening, and then you got the people who, you know, are for it, and the people who are against it, and then why you're for it, why you're against it. I was like, okay, it kept me watching all the way through. Had a nice level of suspense, not good enough to where you were like, oh my goodness. Like I still don't actually recommend this to but it was good. Like I really don't recommend this, but since we watched it and I had to watch it compared to the first one, this was good. This was better. This was it was good. No, if you have Netflix, this is one of those movies where if you have Netflix, you're already paying for Netflix, you have nothing else to watch, and you're a person who already watches anime, then at midnight and you nothing to do, or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. you have nothing to do, sure, watch it. Sure.
Or you just go work overtime. It'd be better. Serve time for the service of your time. So my overall thoughts were, man, this is boring. Especially like that whole first half. Like the way you feel about Batman vs Superman, where they pretty much skip out that whole first half.
Yes. That's
how I feel about Godzilla Sitting on the Edge. That whole, up until they actually got to a city, that was everything else was, I was like, all right, I don't care. The indigenous child that was there, like, okay, they healed you guys. All right, then what's the point now? They said gave you some coded prayer kind of thing, and then that was it. That was it. I'd rather just keep living my life. It was boring to me. Up until the point, you know what? Not even until they found the city. Until what's the not Hamatu, but the other dude, the other guy that looked like one tribe they all thought was about logic and stuff like.
It's called the Balacinto.
Yeah, them. When you found out they were like, look, we really want to be monsters.
Yeah, the ones who created they were the ones who created Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
Who didn't even get a chance to fight Godzilla. He got destroyed. Mechagodzilla got destroyed before he could fight Godzilla.
Yeah. Until they found out their real intention was to really meld with Mechagodzilla somehow, even though it was already destroyed, but its essence was still alive through that liquid metal kind of thing.
The nanotech.
Yeah, the nanotech.
Nano metal.
Yeah. Up until that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done here. I can't watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch this at all.
Well, it was yeah.
All right, so that's the overall thoughts, man. Give me your key moments.
Key moments were nothing was just like, I guess the Vulture. I like the Vulture. I like the flying mecha machine they had. That was cool, and seeing that. There was nothing else that this was just, it wasn't for me. This movie wasn't for me. Nothing really stood out for me that was like, oh wow. Like, no. The keyest moment was when they found the city. That was the key moment. That went from, okay, we're going in this direction to, oh, we're going in this direction. Now we have a complete direction to go in. And then everybody got revitalized, and it's like, oh yeah, we can do it now. I was like, what? You telling me this city has been here this whole time and it's just waiting? What is it waiting on? What was the whole point of the city waiting?
It was just building. I guess, I don't know, man.
What was it expanding for?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, man, that's what I need to get explained. This is why I need to meet
It's like
writers. This is why I need to meet writers. Writers explain stuff when there's gaps. Like they've been doing right now for Avengers. Like if Russo brothers are explaining everything that people had questions for Avengers Infinity War. Cause they know it's like, all right, this don't make sense. With this movie has so many holes and gaps in it that need explaining. It's just, I don't know. That's the key moment. When they saw the city, that was the key moment.
All right, my key moment is when they actually had I can't think of his name. I know it. I can't pronounce it. He's like the main character of the whole story.
Oh, Naruto?
Yeah, that guy name. With him and I can't pronounce the other. I really can't pronounce these people's names. This is why. It's probably why I don't watch a lot of anime. I can't pronounce the names. I'm gonna be real. But with him, when they were in the city at the Megaton, and they would go back and forth about this being part of the monsters, the evolution. And he was like, nah, you can't. What's the point of defeating the Godzilla if you can't keep humanity? They kept going back and forth. That was a key moment. Cause then they like, oh, you know what? For appearance purpose, we still want to defeat Godzilla, so we gotta keep it together. But you know that the issue was never resolved, so it's gonna come back.
True.
And which it did.
True.
And then look, and another key moment is when he was trying to decide, all right, do I want to kill Godzilla, or do I want to save the people and try to kill Godzilla another time? Because this is our best shot right now to kill him. If I melt with this metal.
Yeah, the nanos.
Or I can stop the metal from. I can stop that, but Godzilla still live, and then we're gonna be going through the whole cycle again. So, and it felt like when I was watching the movie, he had, you know, those old school things when you have the devil on one little shoulder and an angel on the other.
That's exactly what that was.
He just kept telling them, no, you can do it. No, you should do it. Oh, I think about it, but this will be so great. And I was like, yeah. As soon as that's what I was like, at this moment, he knew. He fucked up.
It was funny because that's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, this is a decision that's gonna suck. Yo. The problem is Godzilla's too powerful. That's the problem. Godzilla's overpowered, and like they said in the movie, the planet adapted to him, and the entire planet is like, it's all about him. So whatever he wants, or however he wants the planet to be, the planet is like that because it's his savior now or whatever. It's not polluting like we did, like humanity messed up the planet, and the planet's like, oh, you know what, screw humanity. This dude just did everything he's supposed to and saved the planet, so we're all for him.
It sounds like the plot for the actual second live action movie.
I know, right?
Hopefully they do a better job. Hopefully they do a better job. All right, give me some changes you would make, man.
I don't know any changes I would make. It was just so not. I don't know any changes. I don't know. I want you guys to help the people with that one. Yeah. My only change is don't see the first one so that you don't have to see the second one, and then you will be okay.
My change. Don't ever make this movie. They should have just never made it.
Yeah,
I'm being honest because it was just so boring. Oh, you know what? All right, instead of being a jerk, I just say this: needed more action in between in that first part of the movie to keep me interested because it was just a lot of dialogue and to me pointless dialogue that I did not care about at all. So if you find a way to sneak in the action scene here and there just to keep me interested, I think it might have been a little better. Like I like the first part. The first Godzilla movie way better than I like the second one because they had different action scenes in between to keep you interested. They still wasn't great, but it still had some action scenes in between the movie where you're like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm interested now. Why do they fight? All right, what's gonna happen now after the fight? You know, what are the consequences of this fight? Because you kind of lost, but you didn't really lose. This one is like, all right, let's talk all the way through. Action at the end, and he still lost his girlfriend. Then at this point, I'm like, okay, now what happened next? Then the end credit scenes come. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I did that too. I was like, all right, so what happens next? And then it just ended. And I was like, huh. Okay.
I even let the credits roll to see if they were gonna marvel me for the action. The credits scene like, come on, give me something.
Oh yeah, that end credit scene was.
It was one?
Yeah, it was end credit scene.
I walked away. I said, fuck.
Yeah, that's when they end. That's when they let you know the third movie is gonna have Ghidorah in it, the three-headed dragon monster. Oh, spoiler! Yeah, because the guy who's a religious guy who whispered in his ear earlier in the movie, they did that on purpose. You know, got up to him and I was like, oh, these bums. They're not going to give us the name.
Yeah, they teased it.
Yeah, they teased it. But it was at the end credits who we actually said it. They said Ghidorah. So I'm guessing for the third movie, I can only assume they're going to actually go back into space, find that creature, bring that creature back to Earth, and have him fight Godzilla, which is going to cause a whole heap of new problems. Because we don't know, because it just ended where Godzilla is still in control, you know? So we don't know what the next step is after this, except go back into space.
Yeah. Also change the animation in Godzilla too, because that he just looks like he's like a robot. Like how do you make? I like the rest of the animation. It was different, but it wasn't bad. But the way they did Godzilla was so annoying. I was like, look, he looks like an action figure that you're just moving with like strings. Like this is some 1940.
That's a good change.
Yeah,
that's a good change. Actually show Godzilla. Like the name of the movie is Godzilla, but 95%, possibly 99% of the movie, in this one, it pretty much is about 95% of the movie is the characters talking and stuff. You don't actually see Godzilla moving until the end of the movie when
it's the slowest
movement. And he's trying. And they try to say he's moving 32 kilometers a second or whatever. Like
still would take an hour to get there.
What? How is he covering 32 kilometers? He's technically the size of a mountain, so every step is probably a kilometer. But still, no. He looked like he was just trotting along. He was, oh my God. Show Godzilla. That's the change I would make. Show Godzilla, make him a little less bulky. Make him mobile.
All right. Got that out the way.
He was a mountain.
So much I could change with, and that could go on for a while.
Show Godzilla.
But give me your final thoughts and a grade, man.
Oh, final thoughts. Don't watch this movie. Skip it unless you have zero to do at 2 a.m. and then you're probably still going to skip it because, like he said, there was no action except in the beginning, and then nothing in the middle, and then at the end. Horrible way of making a movie, especially a Godzilla movie. And show Godzilla. My rating for this is a 4. I give it a 4. 4 out of 10.
Alright. First of all, before anybody comes at me, everybody knows that I'm a huge Batman vs Superman. And some of the complaints y'all have about that, like there was nothing in between, there's no action in between, it was boring, like you can skip several parts of that movie. I know I just said this about Godzilla. So I want to get that out the way. I know, and y'all might have contradicted myself, but at the same time, I'm saying in Batman vs Superman, that dialogue meant something. It pushed along the story. I felt the dialogue in Godzilla didn't at all, up until they found that city.
Yeah,
so
it kind of did, but it didn't at the same time.
So I just want to get that out of the way before people come at me. If anybody will, I don't know if y'all will. I don't care, to be honest with you. But
he cares. That's why he said it. He cares.
I care because I want to clarify myself.
He cares.
Before I have to.
He cares. Get out of them in the comments. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. If you really want to watch Godzilla because you tired of rewatching that same trailer over and over again for the movie that comes out next year, I guess you can watch it. Or like you said, like Dad said, if you up at 2 a.m. and you want to watch something, if I were you, I would just rewatch something you already watched. Like, cause you know you always find new stuff that you didn't see it the first time. So you might just want to rewatch some other stuff. Like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I watched this, man. Matter of fact, go watch Breaking Bad. It's been a while since you probably watched that.
They did it. Netflix dropped this at the perfect time, right when that other trailer came out.
Yeah, they did.
They know what they were doing.
I'm not denying that. They knew what they're doing promotion-wise. As in production-wise, they dropped the ball on this one. It's a fail. It's a thumbs down. It's everything wrong with animation. Want to keep that moving? Yeah, that's what it is, man. So that's all we got for right now, man. If y'all like what you see, hit the like button. If you love what you see, y'all know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell, so you're gonna be notified on everything that goes down right here, Real Comic Book Talk. Y'all can leave comments down below, your thoughts, concerns, criticism of the movie, or anything else, man. Until next time, deuces.
We out.